11 days without sleep. In 1964, a 17-year-old named Randy Gardner stayed awake for exactly 264 hours, 11 days, for a science fair project. And what happened during those 11 days changed everything we thought we knew about sleep. So what actually happens if you never sleep? You don't just get tired. Something far darker, far more dangerous begins. And it starts much sooner than you think. The first 24 hours. After 24 hours without sleep, a person's cognitive performance becomes equivalent to someone with a blood alcohol level of 0.08%. This was demonstrated in 2000 by Australian researcher Dr. Dawson and his colleague Dr. Catherine Reed, and the finding was so striking that it directly influenced traffic safety legislation, which means someone driving without sleep creates the same danger as someone above the legal alcohol limit. Adenosine, the brain's sleep pressure molecule, reaches dangerous levels. The brain responds by releasing cortisol and adrenaline to keep itself running, a short-term survival mechanism. But this mechanism comes at a cost: 48 hours. After 2 days without sleep, the brain begins to lose the boundary between reality and hallucination. Micro-sleep episodes begin, the brain shuts down for a few seconds at a time, and the person is completely unaware it is happening. In Randy Gardner's case, by the end of the second day, short-term memory had deteriorated significantly, speech had become difficult, and hallucinations had begun. He still appeared to be awake, he could still talk, he could still walk, but internally, the collapse had begun. And here is where the paradox explodes. A 2019 study published in Nature revealed that sleep deprivation accelerates the accumulation of beta amyloid in the brain. Beta amyloid is the protein plaque directly associated with Alzheimer's disease. Normally, the brain clears these waste products during sleep, particularly during deep sleep stages, through the glymphatic system. Without sleep, this clearing process stops and toxins begin to accumulate, which means every sleepless night leaves microscopic damage in the brain that increases the risk of Alzheimer's. Dr. Matthew Walker comprehensively documented this relationship in his 2017 book, Why We Sleep, 72 Hours, 3 Days. At this point, the brain is systematically collapsing. The immune system drops to critical levels, cytokine production becomes disrupted, defenses against infection weaken. The body begins to lose its ability to regulate temperature, and most significantly, paranoia and severe psychotic symptoms emerge. Randy Gardner believed he was a professional baseball player and had begun talking to objects around him. The brain had lost its capacity to generate reality. Why? Because sleep is not just rest. It is the only window in which the brain reprograms itself, consolidates memories, resets emotional balance, and completes physical repair. When that window closes, the brain slowly begins to consume itself. The average adult slept 7.9 hours per night in 1942. By 2013, that figure had dropped to 6.8 hours. Since the Industrial Revolution, sleep has been framed as an obstacle to productivity. The myth that those who sleep less achieve more is still very much alive. Those who sleep less live shorter lives, get sick sooner, and are less productive. Perhaps the most radical act available to any of us is simply to lie down for 8 hours every night and close our eyes.